I am a mother of 18 children,
Okay.
biological children. Dr. Tashia Robertson, Tashiarobertson. Welcome to RDI TV.
Why 18?
Well, I didn't set out to have 18 children, but not being a very good candidate for birth control and things like that, being in settled relationships contributed. And then my upbringing as a Muslim contributed a lot to my life choice. I'm a pro-lifer, okay? And so although I didn't set out to have 18 children, I have absolutely no problem with my life the way that it is and wouldn't see it any other way.
Did you have any complications while giving birth?
Not no major complications while giving birth. However, one of my sets of twins were by C-section, and that's because one of the babies was breached. And then when I had my angel came 10 weeks early, and it was a abruption. So it's basically, it was time. So even though I wasn't ready, you know, she was ready to come because my body had already said it's time.
This woman have 18 kids.
She does.
I've been lying, telling people you 51, 52.
Ha!
So how old are you?
I am 46 years old.
46.
Yes.
And what is your oldest child?
He's 30.
And the youngest?
4. It's
Okay.
the twins.
The twins. Okay. And early in the interview, you said that it was not planned that you had to have 18 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that anybody sets out and say, okay, I'm going to have 18 children. I just think that it's just something that came with life and my belief system.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have the issue of not being able to take anything, and people are like, well, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? Use condoms. But if you're in a long-term relationship with somebody or you're in long-term relationships, some of those choices is, you know, this is what it is and we're going to do this.
I know it's hard to remember people's allergies. I'm allergic to stuff, and people still buy me stuff that I'm allergic to, okay? Are any of your kids allergic to anything?
Yes.
Okay. Is everybody allergic, or like do you make different meals from them?
Well, I wouldn't say that everybody is allergic to, when it comes down to foods, only the only one that has food allergies. He can't have shellfish and, you know, things like crabs.
Tragic.
Yes, terrible. Yes, that's an ER visit. So we make sure we don't cook any crabs or anything like that whenever he's around. But he's 30 now, so he's out of the house. So, but if he does come over or something like that, we make sure we clean everything very good and get the smell out of the house. Because just the smell alone would trigger his asthma and his allergies to it. As far as the younger kids are concerned, or the other children that have allergies, they have environmental allergies. So it's more so like if the seasons are changing, or, you know, one of my children actually has severe breakouts if she uses Bath and Body Works. You know, she has skin allergies, so she has to be very careful with different types of lotions. If you want to play in some makeup or something like that, then you're going to suffer the risk. And she's actually burnt her skin before with using different things, and that's how we know that she has a severe allergy to different things that she put on her body. So for the household, we just shea butter. You know, it's what we put in the house that makes the difference. You know, if she doesn't have access to something that's going to trigger her allergies, then we just keep it out of the house. I mean, if she doesn't have access to it, we don't have to worry about it.
How many of your kids are picky eaters?
I got about 4 of them.
Okay, what are things they don't eat?
I got a couple that don't like chicken.
What? Oh no, give me their black cars, okay? they don't like chicken.
Well, okay, so you have to understand, like I told you before, we come from an Islamic background.
Okay.
Okay, so that means that the food that I put in the house is chicken, turkey sausages, turkey bacon, all of that. So after eating chicken and turkey for so many years, after a while, they're like, Mom, I don't like it.
Currently, how many kids are in the household right now?
10.
Out of the 10, who can you rely on the most? For example, if you know, back in the day when I was, in the house, I get that phone call like, "Oh yeah, take that chicken out the freezer."
Oh yeah. The
uh,
ones that I can rely on the most
mhm.
is my daughter Imani.
Okay.
Okay, she is the most likely to follow through with her instructions. And then from her, we have Isis.
Okay.
Isis will follow through with instructions, and then Saifi will follow through with instructions if he wants to follow through with the instruction. Sometimes you have to motivate, to get things accomplished, but for the most part, they'll do what is asked of them if it's necessary.
So you call Imani,
Mm-hmm.
baby girl, take the chicken out the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just the chicken, or is it ham, or like how is the preparation of cooking a meal? Like, how do you go about that?
Well, I kind of when it comes down to preparing food, and this goes back to the food choices,
Mm-hmm.
because I have older children mixed in with the younger, and it's more of the older than it is younger. Pretty much the older ones kind of fix what they want. And I'm going to say that because if you fix a meal and they say they don't like it or they don't want it, maybe it's Alfredo chicken or, something that they don't like, they're not going to eat it. And so I have other things that's quick fix in the house that they can just go fix for themselves. And they're part of those selections when it comes down to purchasing. They'll say, okay, I want pizza rolls, I want this, I want that. But there's days where I say, okay, we're going to have a balanced meal. A lot of times what'll happen is because my older kids do know how to cook, they do a lot of cooking.
Cravings was the same for every pregnancy, or was
The
it
cravings
different?
vary from pregnancy to pregnancy. Some pregnancies you want sugar, you want something sweet. And then, I can remember with my first set of twins, I used to eat the jalapeno Cheetos. For some reason, I wanted hot stuff, and I'm not a person that eat anything hot. And so it was something about that made me want that.
Okay, so since we're on the food subject, I gotta ask. Okay, I
Go
have to
ahead.
ask.
How do I feed all those children? No, is that the question?
What's the food bill like? Okay, like,
Whew.
you know,
Well, I mean, we kind of keep it within a budget. It depends. Like some weeks we go to the grocery store and we spend $500, $600, $700. It just depends, And then, once we get the majority of everything, the freezer is full, the refrigerator is full, the freezer is full, and my cabinets are stacked. And we kind of try to stay on the stack side so we don't have to keep adding so much, so we never deplete. Okay. That's one thing about having a large family. You're not going to ever completely just go to peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? You're going to have something to pull out of the deep freezer, out of the cabinet.
what's the most kids you have had in one house? I mean, like in the house.
All my kids.
I'm talking about like, because I know that some of them are grown.
Yeah, and I got grandchildren.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So my question is, how do the morning look like? Like getting ready for school. Walk me through the morning with that.
Well, the beautiful thing about the mornings is they all have different wake up times. Okay. So first two out the house. That's because they catch their bus at So they're the first two. I don't even wake up nobody else until it's time for them to be woke up. So I'll set my alarm clock. I will have 3 alarms set. And so the first alarm is for the first set of children to get up and get out. And then maybe 45 minutes later, the alarm go off again. And then maybe around 7:30 or so, I'll wake up my angel, Tashia, and the twins. And then we'll start getting them together. I mean, not Tashia, my angel, Angelo, and Hope and Isaiah. And those are the last 4 that will be in the house that are amongst the little children. The older children, the ones that, so they get up sometime around 7:30, maybe to help us out a little bit. And then once they're off, the other ones, they can walk to school. So that's what the morning looked like. And so we can get out of the house for the most part about between 8 and 8:30. No later than 8:45. If somebody missed their bus, then that's a whole different situation. It throws off the schedule. Well, I think that there is a stigma that is associated with dating people with children. Okay, I think that the misunderstanding on men's part, as far as like, why would a woman with so many children even want to date? You know what I mean? I think that, I don't know, dating somebody like me is challenging. One, my children is a guarded aspect of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 times out of 10, you wouldn't even get to know my children unless I knew that you was going to actually be a fixture in my life. And
Yeah,
so that means that you will have to be rock solid to even meet my children.
You do a lot. You have 4 businesses.
Uh-huh. I'm very educated.
Very educated.
Okay, I own my own home.
Own home.
Multiple cars.
Just got your PhD this
Just
year.
got my PhD.
The 2022. Good shout out to that.
Yeah, thank you. But I think that once they find out the true me, I think that it kind of throws people off. It's like, okay, wait a minute, where do I fit? You know what I mean? Like, where do I fit in her life? She's like the man and woman of her life.
18 kids, 7 grown.
Correct.
10 is in the house.
Yes.
We're missing one.
Angela.
Walk me through what happened. So you end up losing a child. Do you care to explain what happened, or?
Sure. November the 14th, 2016, Angela passed away from sudden unexpected death of a child. Angela was 14 months old. She was healthy. There was nothing wrong with her. She just passed away. She was actually one of my twins. She was my first set of twins. And that was Angela and Angelo.
Being a mother, can you walk me through the pain and then the steps of recovery of it? Because I know you can't recover losing a child, but the healing process.
Okay. I would say that initially, I think I was in shock. When my daughter, we got up that morning, you know, my daughter was like, "Mom, Angela's not moving. Like, I think something is wrong with her." And I was like, "What do you mean you think something is wrong with her?" And she was like, I I think something is wrong with her. And she picked her up and brought her to me. And when she brought her to me, I could already tell when she put her in my hands, that Angela was gone. But a part of me as a mother didn't want to accept that. So I went on ahead and started giving her CPR. Paramedics was called, and they came and they told me to cease, and they took her. When they took her, a part of me already knew that they wasn't going to be able to bring her back. And so when I went over to the hospital and they confirmed it, I don't know, I guess I felt like a bottomless pit had fell into my stomach, you know. There's a pain that you cannot describe with a loss of a child. So, during the time of the recovery or coming back from the loss, I was in school. I was actually finishing up my master's degree. And this happened the day before one of my son's birthday. So my son's birthday was November the 15th. And so, of course, we know that impacted his birthday. So what I ended up doing is praying. And I told God, I said, you know, Lord, I don't understand your plan. I don't. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you thanks for allowing me to have her in my life for the times you gave her to me. But the pain that I feel is so heavy. I just need you to heal me. When people say praise your way through, I literally did that. I literally praised my way through my pain. In private, you know, I had moments where I would break down and things like that, but I just trusted in God. Because that's all I understand. That's the only thing that I know to be the right thing to do. You know, people can say, oh, you back at work? Yeah, I'm here, but I'm not here. The different aspects that I want people to see when it comes down to the aspects of myself that I've poured out into my businesses is, you see hardworking, which is dependable supply service. You see kind-hearted and giving, showing that agape love, that is through building bridges. We see with Standing Strong Ministry, that is ministering to women who have been through domestic violence issues and, you know, things like that. And then we see the business aspect, which is building businesses. So in the building the businesses, helping other people gain that information is something that Building Bridges does. Building Bridges, that aspect of myself, provide my employees with the opportunity to establish their own businesses if they choose to. And I will walk them step by step through the process to become business owners for themselves. I think that my biggest takeaway that I want people to take away from this interview is, yes, I'm an accomplished mother of 18 children, okay? Not only that, I have a PhD, and I've been told that this was impossible to do. Matter of fact, I've had people close to me tell me that I basically screwed myself and I wasn't going to be able to accomplish anything. However, in spite of all of this, because greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world, I'm still able to stand here today in my right sound mind and encourage other people that anything is possible. If you put your mind to it, I don't care how many children you have, I don't care about what obstacles you're going through. I don't care if this person divorced you and left you and you're in shambles. Pull yourself together, okay? It's only a moment. Tragedy happens. Things happen. It's not getting consumed in the things that happen to us that makes the difference in how we're going to come out of those situations, okay? And that's the key. Don't get consumed. Keep moving. Don't stop. Keep pushing. My father once told me, the sky is the limit. And let's think about it. There's absolutely no limits to the sky. It's limitless. So what that means is it is an abundance of opportunity as long as you keep pushing forward. Don't allow the number of children to define your outcome. Don't allow the abusive relationships to define your outcome. Don't allow what people say you can't do define your outcome. You keep pushing forward, have some belief in yourself, and if you don't believe, just keep moving, because you're going to make a believer out of yourself once you see yourself succeeding. Come on, can I get an amen? Amen. Hallelujah. All right, and that's what I want you to take away. Keep it positive.
Dr. Tashia
Yeah, no.
Robertson.
Round two.
We done.
We're done. Nigga, stop it.